Kakalosh Boker Tov. We're just going to continue with Halachot. This is Nesiat Kapayim Siman Kuf Kafchet. Maram brings down on Sif Memhei something very interesting. He's talking about what are the words which the Kohanim are going to be turning towards the right and the left, which is going to be north and south. And so he says it's actually going to be every single Sof Pasuk, right? Plus every time that you have a Kaf Sofit. So therefore you've got Yivarecha and Vishmerecha. So again, you have a Kaf Sofit and Yivarecha and Vishmerecha. You also have Elecha and Vichuneka, and then again Elecha Lecha, and then again Shalom. So Shalom is only Sof Pasuk there that does not have a Chav Sofit, because the other two was Vichuneka and Vishmerecha. But again, it's every single Sof Pasuk, and every time that there's going to be a Chav Sofit at the end. Now, whether they're going to turn to the right or to the left is actually going to be a machlok. The poskim, one was, some people say that Shut B'ulat Tzaddik comes and he says that the Kohanim, that they have their faces towards the west, they should first go to the north and then to the south, because you always turn to the right. So you're turning to the right and then to the left. However, though, the Yad Aron says from Shulchan Aruch, it's mashma the opposite. But Shulchan Aruch says, Hofchim b'hem ledarom ultzafon. So that means you would turn left and then right. So basically, even the way of how that they're actually moving around from right to left is going to be a machol of the poskim. But the one that I wanted to speak about today was the Ramah. The Ramah comes and he says, Asur lishtamesh b'kohen afilu bezman hazeh. You're not allowed to use a kohen even nowadays. Why? David Kimuel be'ekdesh. Because it's like you're doing milah in ekdesh. You're using something which is holy. And therefore, im lo machal al kach, unless he's going to be mochel. Meaning that if he's going to be mochel al kvodo, so therefore you're allowed to without any problem. But at the end of the day, if not, you have a mitzvah. What is the mitzvah? The Mishnah Berurah says, "V'kidashto." The mitzvah v'kidashto is ki elechem loecha umakriv. Therefore, even nowadays, he says that we don't have korbanot. We still have this concept, and that's why he's still not allowed to be mitamem netim. He's not allowed to impurify himself. He's not allowed to get married to grusha. Why? Because the kohen still has a sanctity. So therefore, every single time we're going to come and give the kohen first. Right? Or for example, I've got a choice to give to the Kohen something to read and not to read, right? Or meaning that, let's say, Israel and a Kohen, and I'm giving it to the Kohen, and the reason why I'm giving it to him is because he's a Kohen, I'm being Mekayem a mitzvah doraita av v'kidashto. Now here, right, very interesting, the Mishnah Berurah wants to say that you should be machmid even if he is going to be mochel al kvodo. But Rav Ovadia, he says, no, we go like the Ramah, which the Ramah says that just like a Kohen can be mochel al kvodo, so he could be mochel al kvodo. Now there's going to be a few exceptions to the rules, right? One of them says, the Biur Halacha, one Kohen could use another Kohen, because since they're on the same level of Kiddusha, so therefore one could use another one. Plus he says that a lot of people are mitzadadim la'akel bekohen ha'ma'aretz, that if it's going to be a kohen ha'ma'aretz, so therefore you're allowed to. More than that, if it's going to be a kohen which is a bal averot, you're not obligated to give him the kavod. Meaning you don't have this mitzvah of v'kidashto. Kohen shu bal avera, he says, the Kav HaChaim brings it down. There's no problem whatsoever, and that's also the shita of Rav Ovadia Yosef as well. A person that has a student which is a kohen is also allowed to come and to use the student. There's no problem of doing that also as well. Now, the last thing is that when we just said now to do with a kohen, what happens if the kohen offers his services? So if a kohen offers his services to do that, to do whatever it is, he's going to come and he's going to broom the floor, he's going to bring something. There for sure there's no problem whatsoever, because ritzono zeu kivodo, which means his will is his kavod, and therefore if he wants to do it, for sure you're allowed to let him do it. There's only one thing that they always say that a person should not do, even if the kohen is mochel al kvodo, tashmish bizui, meaning something which is going to be a disgrace for the kohen. There, even if the kohen is mochel al kvodo, which means he comes and he says, no, don't worry about it, I'm mochel. There, it's still not proper that we let the Kohen do it, because again, we have this concept of V'kidashto, and therefore, since right now V'kidashto is that we have a mitzvah to come. I still remember my rabbi, I was in grade 8, and my Rebbe came and he told me, listen, there's another younger Rebbe that he was much younger, and he always used to come and open up the door for him. So he said, obviously he was greater than him also, but he said, 1 second, I have the mitzvah V'kidashto. This is my mitzvah, I want to do it. So nobody could stop me doing that, which means if you have this mitzvah, take it into effect that every single time you come and you sanctify a kohen, you're fulfilling a mitzvah to say doraita shel v'kidashto.